started? Ano ba niya? Yung tumadaldal. Dakilang filler eh. Okay. So, again, tell us about how you first introduced yourselves, where you're from, and how you got started in coffee. What's very interesting about our panel today is that they didn't all used to be in coffee. Noemi and I would actually be in events like this that's more geared towards social media and not coffee, but we find ourselves on stage now talking about coffee. So tell us, what did you used to do before? How did you get started in coffee? And a little intro about your coffee.
Afternoon, I'm Jocelyn Mamar from Davao del Sur. Bago ako naging farmer ng coffee, nagtitinda ako sa palengke for 17 years. While nagtinda ako, unti-unting nag-iipon para makabili ng farm. And tinaniman ko yun ng coffee. Business ko ngayon, focus ako sa pagbebenta ng mga seedlings hanggang pagpalaki ng mga plantlets hanggang sa ng green coffee beans.
Hello, my name is Bibay, Bionat. So our farm is in Barotang Nuevo in Iloilo. I used to work here in Manila for HSBC. And then in 2012, I went home to Iloilo. And in 2014, I sinalo ko yung farm management from my dad.
Hello, I'm Noemi, Dado. I just started farming January 2018 when my daughter from Germany came around and thought of having a coffee farm. So I'm just managing the farm for them before they move back to the Philippines. I used to be working in UP as a researcher for agriculture, and I used to be in solar drying. I'm a food tech graduate. And for many years, I was a homemaker, and I went into social media like Ross, and I think I can still use social media in coffee. And I'm looking forward to a bright future for coffee from seed.
Hi everyone, my name is Larissa, Joson. You also can call me Iya. So I work with communities in Bibay, which is a municipality, and it's also a tribe in Mindanao. I started as a marketer and as a person in publishing, but I got involved in coffee in 2017. So around that time, my dad, who's been working in community development, told me that there was huge potential for coffee in Bibay. So I got involved. Una, parang it was just for fun, as a hobby, and then we went into it full time, working with the community starting 2018.
Okay, so sobrang iba-iba yung backgrounds. And on average, everyone has been in coffee about what, 5 years or less? Yeah, coffee farming. From the time you started to present, paano na nag-iba yung demands from your consumers dun sa coffee na sinusupply or that you're harvesting?
Sa amin tumaas dahil tinuturo na namin yung mga tamang pamaraan kung paano i-harvest ang coffee. Hindi na kami pumapayag ng strip, kailangan big red. So dahil doon, nakikilala na nila yung lasa ng mas masarap ng coffee.
So ever since we started processing our beans, we have been advocating the pink red, the ripe cherries. So now, within 3 to 4 years, we have steady demand for our GCBs because they know that we process quality GCBs.
Our main farm doesn't have cherries, but we have backyard, and I started harvesting this year. We have orange, the colored granica, and I have the typica, the red one. I really don't know yet how to process, so I asked the help of Harris, and he helped me process the coffee. And I'd like to be able to share the technology to the other neighboring farms because they only know sun drying. It's very hard to do sun drying. I tried it and nag-mold siya. So there are other methods, and I hope to learn from fellow coffee stakeholders.
So from our end, on the market side, I think more and more people are getting interested talaga in local Philippine coffee. And I can just speak from my experience, but I think from the consumers that we deal with, they're usually the ones na nag-try mag-transition from like drinking coffee with a lot of milk and a lot of sugar to really appreciating the different notes that you can get from drinking coffee black. And from the producing side naman, we also have farmers who were starting out doing farming na hindi masyado sustainable. So they were not picking red, they were doing strip harvesting. And the more we work with them, mas na-open din yung mind nila na all of these good agricultural practices benefit not just them, but also the cup that you get in hand. So it's also about, sharing with them na lahat ng ginagawa nila at the farm level will affect not just their community, but everyone else who will taste that coffee in the value chain.
Okay, so there's a lot of mention of pick red, no, and not strip picking and processing. Quickly lang siguro, Jocelyn, maybe pwede mo explain, ano ba yung pick red, bakit siya importante, and mahirap ba siya?
Sa mga farmers na sanay na pati yung green, medyo nahihirapan silang i-adopt. Pero yun yung the best na dapat nating ituro sa mga farmers, lalo na sa mga young ones, na pag laga tayo ng coffee or mag-harvest tayo, yung red lang talaga. Hindi naman siya mahirap kasi magiging, this week may income ka, next week meron ulit. So yun yung advantage. Kumbaga all year round sa area namin, meron kang harvest, meron kang pera.
Okay, for the benefit of everyone, pag huminog kasi yung coffee cherry on the trees, hindi yan sabay-sabay. It's not going to happen all at the same time. So ang laborious doon is that to get good quality coffee, it's a fruit. So fruit when it's ripe is when it's at its best, no? So they have to go to the tree several times to pick what is just ripe, and then come again the next day and pick what's ripe, no? That would be best practice and would have the best flavor for your coffee. Mahirap yung pabalik-balik, but what's nice is what Joyce is saying is, nasa-space out mo rin yung processing mo at yung pagbenta mo ng coffee. Just to give most of the people here are baristas, coffee shop operators. No, I'm not sure if there are a lot of farmers in the audience. But for baristas, it's also very important to understand what happens to coffee as a plant. Kasi na-affect yung final product. Tell us, kwentuhan nyo kami, what is a day in the life of a coffee farmer? Especially during, tell us what's mas mahirap, planting season, harvest season, and how is it done? Like in your farm, kayo nagmamanage, ilang tao yung nandun? Just a brief idea.
Hello. So in our farm, I consider our farm medyo small lot. And medyo experimental siya. Because we just train with like a basic training with Nestle and DA. So when we got our seedlings, let's say 50% namatay. So we had to make our own additional seedlings from what we had. So from the seedlings planting, mahirap. Kasi you have to timpla the shade of the higher trees with the sunlight, and then the water, and then you wait 9 months. It will show some flowers. Then after 9 months, you can pick the red cherries. So it's 18 months at least for Robusta. From cuttings, not from seeds.
When I started planting coffee, I didn't even know how a coffee plant looked like until my husband pointed it out in the backyard. Now, I'm just blessed that I started out not knowing anything. I contacted Chief One, who referred me to Professor Val Macanes in Benguet State University, which led me to other farmers. Ang hirap talaga sa place namin is because the farmers there have their own farm, vegetable farm. They're basically they're not poor. They're okay. So it's hard for me to get labor. I have to contract it. They will not even get minimum. They will get the price of Manila. I have to price higher. But that's okay. I cannot dig. Mahirap talaga mag-dig 50 cm by 50 cm. So mahirap yung trabaho na yan. So it's contracted. From there on, you have to put basal fertilizer. It's really so hard because it's very challenging. And then we have to see it grow. And I don't want to put chemical fertilizer as much as possible. So I'm trying to use the indigenous microorganisms and Korean farming method. And I started to do seedlings. Ang hirap. You know, your cup of coffee is expensive because from the seed and when it grows to this little tiny thing, you have to really watch it. I'm having challenges even in the nursery. That's why I'm asking the help of Jocelyn. So, but with the help of the coffee stakeholders here, I'm sure we can be farmers in our own way. Arabica takes 3 years to grow into cherries. My farm already has cherries, but I don't know if they will, flowers. But I don't know if they will harvest. So it's a really an investment. That's why Arabica is expensive. And we have to test the soil. If your soil has less phosphorus or potassium or nitrogen, all of these things have to be put into the equation for you to have a good cup of coffee.
So for us, I don't own any of the farms that I work with in Tibon. So the land that we're working with is ancestral domain, so it's really for the farmers. How it really looks during harvest season is it's really a whole community and a whole family involvement. So everyone from the mom, the kids, even the lola and the lola will take part in harvesting. So that's for around November up until January. And then the rest of the months where there are no cherries to pick, the farmers focus on other crops that they have. So they also grow abaca, they also grow corn, and the off-season months are really dedicated for them to be educated when it comes to training for farming.